A very, very good afternoon, maybe good evening. I was here early on today at lunchtime where I explained to you the information that was being leaked to me from within the council, that the independent group, Councillor Mark Hince, Councillor Maggie Hurley and Councillor Sandra Ball, were attempting to scupper, undermine the Failsworth Independent motion calling for a judge-led inquiry, Telford-style judge-led inquiry into the cover-up of the grooming gangs. Unfortunately, my suspicions, my information has been proven to be correct, and I take no satisfaction in what I am going to share with you now and what I'm going to talk you through right now. It's a dark day for the independents in Oldham, when not only are they fighting with each other, what they're now openly doing is using the CSE campaign that we instigated, we led, we fought tirelessly for so many people from across so many communities. And what Councillor Mark Hince, Councillor Maggie Hurley and Councillor Sandra Ball have just done is, I find, I'm in disbelief. I'd heard they were going to do something, but what they've actually done is genuinely incomprehensible. Now, I get with an individual such as Mark Hince, who doesn't do his own homework, so someone else has come along with a motion, he feels the urge to amend it to say he was part of it or he was something like that. It's just that complete laziness from it's jumping on the bandwagon, isn't it? That's what it is. It's that jumping on the bandwagon sort of style. So I get that. And I find it difficult to accept it, but I understand it. Some people are like that. They steal other people's work. Some people do that. They take the glory of other people's work. You've seen it. You've all seen it all. None of us are children. Maggie Hurley, of course, is part of the big team, Royton Independent, did all the videos, all the talking, all the big talk before she became councillor. Now she earns over £10,000 a year on top of her whatever salary she gets at Age Concern, who are doing very well out of the council at the moment. It doesn't surprise me she's on board as part of the independent group. And of course Sandra Ball from Failsworth, who I'm genuinely shocked that she seconded this motion. So the amendment went in from Mark Hince and it was seconded by Sandra Ball. Of course, this means the end of Mark Wilkinson if he continues to work as part of the big team, the independent group. Mark Wilkinson is, of course, standing to be a councillor in Failsworth West. There's no way the people of Failsworth West will vote for him, whilst he belongs to a group that is attempting to undermine a judge-led inquiry into the cover-up of the gang rape of our town's children. I'm hearing rumours that already there are phone calls being made, emergency meetings being scheduled. No doubt some press release or whatever they'll release across all their Facebook pages. I'm not in the business of lying. I've never lied. I'm not interested in lying. Which is why I'll show you the document as is. You can see straight away, this is the Oldham Borough Council's official document. Council meeting Wednesday 13th of March 2024. They published the amendments to the motions and reports. They did that this afternoon. And you can see number 11 there. I'll make it bigger here so you can see it. So the contents page. Number 11, point D, independent group to FIP motion 23 to 28. I'm going to head to page 23. Bear with me. There's a whole host of amendments and other things which they are important, but not for me now. Not for me. Not for now. And if you can sense my despondency, it's there, it's genuine. The independent groups amendment. Can you all see that? The independent groups amendment to Failsworth Independent Party motion. Councillor Mark Hince to move, Councillor Sandra Ball to second. Couldn't even put her name with a capital B. Red remove, green insert. Immediately they begin by protecting the Labour Party and protecting the council, and remove this paragraph. Contrary to the claim made by the previous council leader, being groomed and gang raped did and still does destroy lives. The initial failures of those whose responsibility to protect them was scandalous, and it is right that she was forced to publicly apologise for the failings of this council. He takes that out, does Mark Hince and Sandra Ball, and some jargon, some bullshit bingo, replaces it with. The next paragraph he takes out. The most terrifying was that the ringleader of the infamous Rochdale grooming gang had been an Oldham Council employee with access to children for 18 years. People from across all communities of Oldham have lost trust in this council after this revelation was confirmed as accurate. A revelation that had been kept hidden from all of us. Hince, you wait until I see you, Hince. Hince. That's Councillor Mark Hince of Shaw. Mark Hince of Shaw wants to hide from you that Oldham Council hired the ringleader of the Rochdale grooming gang for 18 years and allowed him to have access to children. Maggie Hurley wants to hide that from you. Sandra Ball from Failsworth West wants that information hidden. Why would you want that information hidden? Why? Mark Hince, the Shaw Independent, the Secret Squirrel Society. When you see him in Shaw, for the people of Shaw who voted for him, when you see him in Shaw, ask him why he stuck his tongue up Arooj Shah's backside. Why is he protecting the Labour Party? Is he protecting the Labour Party because he was a former member of the Labour Party? Oh yes, he was a former member of the Labour Party. Why is Councillor Mark Hince wanting that hidden? That's exactly what it is, Julie. It is unforgivable. And he also wants hidden that Amanda Chadderton claimed being groomed and gang raped did not destroy lives. Is that right, Maggie Hurley? You want that hiding as well, do you, Maggie? You're a mute all the time now, aren't you, Maggie? You weren't such a mute when you were taking our votes and getting help of all of us, campaigning for this against Amanda Chadderton. Why are you trying to hide what Amanda Chadderton did? Why would you take those two paragraphs out? What is it you told me? Jack, people in Shaw like Mark Hince. Do you still like him now? This is not my document. This is the council's own official document I've shown you. The third paragraph they want to take out. There has been There have been several attempts so far to secure the support of this Labour Party-run council under 3 different leaders to call in the government and lead a fit-for-purpose inquiry. On each occasion, including calls for a public inquiry, every Labour Party councillor has voted to block these motions. Why are you trying to do that, Mark Hince? Why are you taking out from there that the Labour Party has history and form on blocking motions, calling for an inquiry, a public inquiry into the cover-up of the gang rape of my town's children? Why? You got voted for this, you got voted in on the back of this. You got voted in on the back of this, Maggie Hurley, and don't you dare deny it. Don't you dare deny it. As for you, Sandra Ball, no being nice woman is going to save you from what is coming. Mark Wilkinson, you want to be a councillor and be attached to this vermin? Why are you protecting the Labour Party? It gets worse. A party's motion ends with a series of resolutions. So it instructs the council to do a number of things. So what the Failsworth Independent Party did was 2 very, very simple statements: to approve the commissioning and implementation of a non-statutory independent inquiry into all aspects of historical and current instances of child sexual exploitation within the borough, and to instruct council officers to commission such an inquiry immediately. Those are the exact words that were used in Telford to commission the judge-led inquiry. What these scumbags have done, is they've added elements into what the council resolves to do. They put 2 in. They want to ensure victims are treated with the utmost dignity and are central to the inquiry and its outcomes. No. Because you're tying the hands back behind the back of the judge by doing that. The truth is central to the inquiry. The truth is central. This is just gesture politics. Where has it got anyone? We care about the victims. Where's the victims' charter that Arud Shah promised? Nowhere. They hide behind this. But Mark Hince wanted to feel he was important, so he put that in, thinking, oh, let's put something about the victims. No. The purpose of a judge-led inquiry is to identify the cover-up and who was responsible for the cover-up. And the victims, the survivors' testimonies, are only one element of that. Lynn, share away. Absolutely share away. But he's gone further than that. I could excuse that as just ignorance. I could excuse that as just ignorance. I'll read this word for word and I'll share with you the ramifications. Mark Mintz did this on purpose. Maggie Hurley did this on purpose. Sandra Ball did this on purpose. And Mark Wilkinson, you are finished. Amoy Lindo, you are finished. Anyone who stands alongside these people here, you are finished. You will not win an election. Because this is what Mark Hince and Sandra Ball, who moved and seconded this motion, have slipped into what the council resolves to do. To ensure the inquiry has a clear and transparent terms of reference with unimpeded access to employees' records and any such material deemed relevant to the inquiry. You scumbag. What that is the council setting the terms of reference. The council setting the terms of reference. Have we not had enough by now of the council setting the terms of reference? Why would you put in this motion calling for a Telford-style judge-led independent inquiry? Why would you put in this motion the stipulation that the council sets the terms of reference? To ensure the inquiry has a clear and transparent terms of reference. It is not this council's job to determine anything to do with the inquiry's terms of reference. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the council. The council should be nowhere near it, and they were nowhere near it in Telford. Now you can believe Mark Mintz, the muppet who can't even write his own motions, didn't put one in last time. Council meeting last week or the week before, didn't put in a budget amendment. Time before, they voted against their own amendment. It's a big team, Lynn. It's the big team. Mark Wilkinson, are you part of the big team? It's John Hughes' big team. Maggie Hurley, Sandra Ball, Mark Hince. To ensure the inquiry has a clear and transparent terms of reference. No. The job of the terms of reference has got absolutely nothing to do with the council. And here. This is what they did in Telford. I don't know. I don't understand why you take out the paragraphs accurate that criticises the Labour-run administration, that demonstrates that they covered up for Shabir Ahmed 18 years, a council employee and a senior member of the Labour Party. And then slip in there an amendment that has the council involved in setting the terms of reference. Mark Ince, Maggie Hurley, Sandra Ball. That's their names. And allied with the big team standing as candidates so far is Mark Wilkinson in Failsworth West and Amoy in St James. And I have nothing against these people, but you need to know if this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing. This is what you're getting involved in. I'll make this full. In April 2018, Telford and Wrekin Council unanimously agreed to commission an independent non-statutory inquiry into child sexual exploitation within the borough of Telford and Wrekin. Further background information gave context to this decision and is included in a report and appendices to the Council's Cabinet on 29th of March 2018 and 19th of April 2018, which are available blah blah blah. Following that motion, the Council implemented a process. The Council implemented a process to ensure the establishment of the inquiry was as independent as possible from the Council. This involved the Council implementing a two-stage process. The first stage was for the Council to appoint an independent commissioning body for the inquiry. The commissioning body's responsibility included recruiting and appointing an independent chair, establishing stakeholder engagement, drafting the terms of reference. Do you see? That's what the commissioning body does. And that's after they've recruited the independent chair. who will then work with the commissioning body to finalise the terms of reference and parameters of the inquiry. Now what Hince is trying to do, and Sandra Ball and Maggie Hurley, is limit, or what they're trying to do is limit the parameters of the inquiry by saying survivors are central to it. No. We want to get through to the truth. We want to get to the truth. I'm sorry. I mean this with the greatest of respect. I've had enough of people crying over what happened. Survivors should tell their stories. But the telling of the stories are only one aspect of an inquiry. The aspect we want to get to is who covered it up and to hold them responsible. Or am I wrong? So what Hince is trying to do is restrict the parameters of the inquiry, something that Telford were very clear on being important, and a role for the independent chair to set the parameters of the inquiry along with a commissioning body, and also for the independent chair to finalise the terms of reference. Nowhere in this was the council to have any say in the terms of reference. So why has Mark Mintz done this? Why has Sandra Ball done this? Why has Maggie Hurley done this? Why are they insisting that the victims are central to the inquiry and its outcomes? That restricts the parameters of any inquiry. You can write another 100 reports if you want, saying sorry and feeling sorry for the victims. It won't get us anywhere. Mark Mintz should be nowhere near setting the parameters of any inquiry. Maggie Hurley should be nowhere near it. Sandra Ball should be nowhere near it. Mark Wilkinson, I keep coming back to you because you know better. You know better than this. Being a former senior policeman, you know better than this. And to ensure the inquiry has a clear and transparent terms of reference, how are you going to do that? It shouldn't even be there. Now you can decide for yourselves if this is if this is Mark Hince and Maggie Hurley just trying to steal someone else's homework and make themselves look clever by saying, oh, they've forgotten this bit. Oh, they've forgotten that bit. But no, I don't think so. These two bits, these two elements, these two bullet points will completely undermine any chance of a judge-led independent inquiry. Do you think someone like Tom Crowther, a barrister and former judge, with the vast experience he has, is going to come and agree to work with his hands tied behind his back? No. Their names are Mark Hince, councillor for Shaw, so-called the Shaw and Crompton Independent. It's a fake party. Party doesn't exist. The Lib Dems refer to him as the Secret Squirrel Society. There's Maggie Hurley from the Royton Independents, I describe as the Pothole Party. Another fake party, attempted to register itself with the Electoral Commission twice and failed to do so, and hasn't, to the best of my knowledge, and it was confirmed with the Electoral Commission a few months ago, resubmitted another application. So it's another fake independent party. And Sandra Ball, who's just another fake independent party as well, because the official independent party in Failsworth, who, whether you like them or not, have elections, have members, is the Failsworth Independent Party. They're not independent. Maggie Hurley, Mark Hince, Sandra Ball. They are disgraceful. And I genuinely despair. As always, if you find value in my work, please like, please share. The transmissions the work I do, what I do, is only possible with your help. At the very least, if you can, buy me a coffee. If you can stretch to 75 pence a week, subscribe to the newsletter. That's how I earn my living. This is what I do. Or be satisfied with what you've got. Be satisfied with Mark Hince as your councillors, as your representative, as Maggie Hurley as your representative, and Sandra Ball as your representative. Do you really think they're going to get anywhere? Do you think these people are going to get us anywhere near where we need to be? I'm at the council meeting tomorrow. This motion, this amendment will not succeed. The opposition parties will not vote in support of it. Maybe he's just done it so he can stand up and talk some bollocks and have the attention. But I go by that Abraham Lincoln quote that I put up there about better to stay silent than to open your mouth and prove how thick you really are.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them. On the 20th of November 2003, James Ignatius O'Rourke McMahon was elected councillor for the Failsworth East Ward of Oldham. Deeply ambitious, he ruthlessly rose to power, and by 2011 he was already leader of the council. In 2015, exploiting a Labour Party loophole, he became MP for Oldham West and Royton. If only the people of the town knew then what they now know. Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.